Welcome back, everyone. It's another edition of Interventions and Detentions.
I'm Kylie.
I let you go first this week.
Thank you. I love that. And you are?
Brad.
Very good.
And we're coming at you with episode 113. Season 1, episode 13.
Wow. How have we gotten to this point, Brad?
I don't know. It's
Thank you, listeners, though. Shout out to all the listeners.
Both of you. We appreciate both of you.
Oh, good one.
No.
Thank you for taking the time every week to kind of just check us out. We hope that it's been educational, but also funny and just kind of helps you relax, which is kind of something we're going to talk about today, Brad.
Yeah, this is going to be fun, I think. I hope.
We hope. We think it will be.
We're kind of giggly. We're kind of off the wall. It's actually Friday. We don't ever record on a Friday.
No, and so here we are, Friday afternoon, recording.
Yeah.
It's been one of those weeks. And everybody knows those couple weeks before spring break.
Yep.
That is what it is. And we actually have a lot of weeks till spring break, so we really need to pull it back in a little bit.
So we're going to do After the Bell today, and our bell has rang already. Is it has rang or has rung?
Rung, I believe.
It has rung at 3:15.
That didn't sound right, though. I don't know.
Now we're going to have a whole episode on grammar. Great.
Okay.
All right, so the bell
rang.
Rung. and it's Friday. And that's what this episode is about. What do we do when the bell rings? And
after school hours.
After the school hours, after the bell. So this whole episode is just going to talk about that. Like, what do educators do after the bell? Because I think a lot of people think, teachers come in, they go home, they come in, they go home, and that's it.
And a lot of kids think that we just sleep here.
Yes.
They never go home.
I could have taken a nap today.
Yes.
Would have loved a nap.
So this is just kind of so we're going to kind of hear some different, we actually got some feedback from some people at our school, some people out in the community about what kind of things they do after school hours. So really, really excited to share it.
I think it'll be fun. I'm going to jump back in time. We'll say circa 1997, 1998, when I was teaching 5th grade.
I think I was in 5th grade.
You might have been in 5th grade. I think we said this once, that I could have been your 5th grade teacher. Yeah. Probably had the timing and places lined up. But for me, one of the biggest faux pas, I guess, my stigma that I did not want to do is go out in the community and have a drink at a restaurant. Okay. Like my wife and I would go out, Applebee's.
Hey, they got the good apps.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
Shout out to Applebee's. But we would go out to Applebee's and have a nice meal, and Sherry would order a drink, and she's like, "Don't you want something?" I'm like, "No, I'm afraid."
I'm good.
I was afraid students would see Mr. T with a big old beer on the table or something, and I'm not sure how I would have reacted to that. Now, years later, I don't really worry about that so much. I mean, I'm an adult.
Yeah.
I can partake if I want to, and
mine was more, I just didn't really want to run into a lot of people that had a lot of questions about things.
Yeah.
I mean, just in general about school.
Let me enjoy my dinner.
Let me enjoy my dinner. Let me enjoy my grocery shopping.
Yeah.
Please don't ask me about recess 3 weeks ago, because that's not really what I'm thinking about at this time.
Well, and we both were educators in small communities, and still small communities. So when you go out, you are going to run into people.
100%.
Whether it's current students and families, previous. It's crazy. We had our kindergarten roundup last night, and I had a gentleman come up to me who has a kindergartner coming here next year, who I had as a probably first grader at my second principal's job. So it's crazy how you just run into people. You're not going to get away from it. But anyway, I digress. Let's jump into it. Okay. Let's talk about, the bell rings. What do we do when the bell rings? What do teachers do after the bell rings?
A lot of different
I'm going to say it one more time, though, because I've said after the bell rings 3 times now.
Perfect.
After the bell rings. Let's jump into it.
Well, obviously, there's going to be some things that teachers just have to do to get kind of ready for the next day, the next week, those kind of things. So there are some, I don't know if you want to call them duties, but...
You said duty.
I sure did. Tasks that have to be completed at the end of the school day.
Yeah.
Whether that's grading papers, whether that's lesson planning.
Wait. Teachers don't just run out the door at 3:15?
Oh.
They don't.
Maybe that's what principals do.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Not most days.
Not most days. But lesson planning, maybe an extra staff meeting. Sometimes you do group planning with your team, because maybe that's the only time you can actually all get together. A a lot of people in our corporation coach
Yep.
different sports. They volunteer for different extracurricular
After-school
activities, tutoring, PTO.
Yep.
Just a lot of different things. Things in the community. Our community has a lot of different activities that happen. And you know what? Some people, crazy people, I think, drive bus.
Haha. I do that. I do bus driving. I've driven. I have driven. Thank you. Volleyball season. I did some winter sports for middle school basketball. People ask, why would I do that? Well, there's two reasons. One, it's fun to drive a big yellow bus. Side note,
I don't believe that.
hit a deer this week driving bus. That was fun.
I heard it was 3 deer.
Dude, it was one deer.
Okay.
There was three deer. Donner, Blitzen, and maybe Rudolph, Cupid. I don't know. Cupid, if that was the third one, didn't make it.
R.I.P.
But yeah, I love driving the bus. It's relaxing, actually, for me. I enjoy it. I don't drive bus routes. I drive the extracurricular events because my daughter plays sports, and I thought it's a good way to earn some extra money on the side while being at her events, and I enjoy it. I also do driver's ed. That's something that I do. Mm-hmm. I enjoy that. I don't like to occupy my time thoroughly with those things, but, just to do something away from the building is kind of fun.
So I think, though, the biggest thing is that, no, we don't just run out of the building at 3:15.
No,
there is always things. Now, of course, when you're planning and when you're meeting and those kind of things, it's a little more relaxed. You have a little more time. You can take a couple minutes to just sit in silence and do those things. There's not always a lot of time during the workday. Like, for me, I would prefer to get it done here instead of taking it home and having to do things. So I know a lot of teachers do that too. But let's jump beyond the classroom right now.
Let's do that.
So beyond the lesson planning, what are some things that staff do after school that is not school related?
And this is where we kind of dug into with our staff, and we put it out some questions and said, hey, give us some feedback so we can share this on the podcast, so it's not just Brad and Kylie coming up with our own things that we do after hours. So, we asked, what are some things that staff do after hours that are school?
We started with school related.
Yeah, school
Other
related.
than the grading the papers, those kind of things.
Yeah, and we've talked about some of those already. We have people that are involved in coaching. Some of them do janitorial duties as well. They do that as a side gig for the corporation.
I liked one response that said they do all their copies for the week because there's, in capitals, no line for the copy machine.
That's true.
And I love that because I've been there.
copies.
I've been there before.
Making copies.
So,
watching and listening to the pep band at high school games, that's kind of a cool thing that's school related. So going to athletic events.
Yep, I was going to say a lot of people go to athletic events because a lot of people have kids in sporting events here or other kind of events. So that is cool.
Yeah, that was a theme that came up a lot. Going to the local high school sporting events.
Yep.
PTO. What else? Just decompressing, thinking about the funny things that happened during the day. There's always some good jokes and things.
Again, a lot of coaching.
Yes.
Those kind of things.
Teacher pay teacher.
Ooh.
A lot of people are get on there and try to find some new things to use in their classroom. You can even make some money if you start your own teacher pay teacher thing, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So,
making music at home. I think that's probably a Mr. Pooley thing.
Yeah.
He's fun
Shout
with a
out
musician.
Matt Pooley.
Who also hit a deer this week. Not on a bus, though.
Yeah.
So
I don't know which one is worse.
I'm not sure either. Grading papers. Grading takes up a lot of time.
So a lot of these things I think people would, okay, yeah, we get it.
You're not
normal
surprised.
things, not surprised, things that you're doing all the time.
Yep.
But let's dive into some things that people do after school that are not school related.
Do they dive into the pool?
If I had a pool, I would.
I would too, but I don't have a pool.
So someone did say that they like to get in the hot tub.
I don't have a hot tub.
I don't have a hot tub either, but if I did, I would also have that on the list.
That would be a good thing to do.
I just like this because I just like that we got a bunch of people to respond and have a lot of different things.
Honestly, helped us get to know our staff a little bit better,
cool.
like the things that they enjoy doing. Like we have somebody that loves to ride horses, water ski in the summertime, drive the Jeep on the back roads of Noble County. Now that's something I like to do. I also have a Jeep. I love just taking the doors and top off and riding down the road in the summertime.
A lot of working out, walking.
Walking the dogs.
Yeah, oh yeah, walking the dogs. That was me, if you want to know.
Hanging out with friends.
Hanging out with friends, family, watching movies, doing puzzles.
Puzzles are fun. It's something I don't do enough of.
I don't like to take the time. It takes a long time.
That's going to be like, I could get excited about, oh, look at this puzzle. Let's put it together.
And then
I could start
2 minutes in when I can't get a bunch of pieces already put together, done. I'm over it.
Could you buy a puzzle that's just already put together and be like, or maybe like the last 5 pieces so you could finish it?
And
that might be a moneymaker right there. Think about it.
Okay.
The almost completed puzzle. The box would be huge.
I would buy that, though.
But maybe it could like fold out like a board game.
No one take that idea.
Yep.
So
copyrighted.
Copyright.
Got it.
Done. Let's see what else.
That was a really good idea.
Yeah, that was a good idea, actually. Napping, putting on comfy clothes, 20 minutes of quiet time.
I kind of like that.
I kind of do too.
Yeah.
Watching sports, playing card games, cooking, binge watching TV shows.
What are you binge watching right now?
For the 100th time, I am binge watching again Grey's Anatomy.
Okay.
That's
a big one at our house.
I just start from the beginning, get all the way to the end, and then by that time it's been like a year or so.
How many times have you binge watched?
This is 3 full, I believe.
Wow.
I believe.
Okay.
Maybe 2 full.
Okay.
I skipped around some. I can put it on and
Gotcha.
relax, even though it doesn't seem like it would be a relaxing show.
No, I get it.
What about you? Binge watching anything? You don't binge watch.
I don't binge watch. My wife Sherry really loves.
Oh, shout out to Sherry Taggart today.
She really loves lots of different different shows. I couldn't tell you how many she's got going right now, and I couldn't tell you which ones they are. We do like Reacher. That's one that we've watched together that I can get into. I do like it. Are
you a Blue Bloods fan?
So I'll watch it when it's on. She loves the Blue Bloods. Cobra Kai was my big one. Like that's my Grey's Anatomy. I could watch Cobra Kai over and over and over again. Okay. I don't know, maybe because the original movie came out in my high school years, but I don't know. I liked Cobra Kai. So.
Okay.
Breaking Bad was one that I enjoyed.
Is that the one with
the science teacher who? Yeah.
Does that have what am I thinking? It's like a sci-fi thing, right?
No, Breaking Bad is the science teacher who develops like the best meth in the world and makes a lot of money, but gets.
It's not werewolves and.
No.
Oh, I'm thinking of something else.
You're thinking of What's
that other one?
Yeah.
With the werewolves and
the vampires.
And the vampires.
Yes.
That Breaking Bad, not vampires.
No.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I didn't.
Breaking Bad is good though.
You didn't look like a vampire guy, but
I've watched that though too. So.
Okay.
Enough about that.
We digressed again. Guys, we are sorry. This is Friday afternoon. We're doing our best today,
right.
So bear with us. You know what? It is Friday afternoon.
It is.
So what are some specific things that people look forward to on a Friday afternoon?
Ooh. Well, for me, it's going home. I try not to schedule anything on a Friday afternoon. Like, I don't do driver's ed.
We usually don't do the podcast.
We're
not really ready for that.
I would say, like, for me, my final bell's at 4 o'clock. When 4 o'clock rolls around, I try to get out of here every day. And I think a lot of our teachers and staff, like, I want them out of the building on Friday. They've put in a long week. We don't schedule stuff on Friday afternoons to keep them around. I want them out of here and so they can decompress. But here's some of the things. Go to the bank. I like that one. Like, I don't go to the bank.
But that wasn't even just go to the bank. That was go to the bank. Like, they're excited about it.
Exclamation point. I don't go to the bank very often. I do most of mine right on my phone.
Mine's on my phone,
yeah.
I couldn't tell you the last time I was at a bank. I wouldn't probably go on a Friday afternoon either, though.
No.
I'm just trying to go home, really.
And that's a lot of people are like...
Go home.
Put your PJs on.
Put your PJs on. Sleep in. Binge watch. Go out. Spend time with friends and family.
Get some food. Relax.
I like this one. Use the restroom whenever they need to.
That is a good one.
That's a good one.
It's nice to not think, I've got 5 minutes. I got to go right now. Hey, I can go when I want to go. Not setting your alarm. That's a good one.
You know what I noticed when we were kind of going through this? We do not have a lot of people that just give themselves time to kind of read books. Mm-hmm. There wasn't a lot of reading.
No. And I've told you this when we shared our episode on our favorite reads. I'm not a big reader. Like,
I get that.
I would rather
Some people
not.
are, though. Some people love, hey, I'm going home, put my PJs on, reading a book. But I haven't seen that in any of our
Shout out
stuff.
to Sherry again. She could read all the time. And she can finish a book.
Sherry Dagger.
She can finish a book like in a night. I could never do that.
I'm a slow reader.
Yeah.
I'm a slow reader.
Words are hard.
Words are hard.
Yeah.
I'm a slow reader.
Me too.
People said sleep in, travel. A lot of things to do with their kids because we have a lot of we have a lot of staff that have younger kids that are in the tournaments, the sports, the archery, the band, everything. So a lot of it kind of revolves around them.
Yeah, and that's for us. That's when we have our family time because the weeks are so busy. A lot of the times, and I think for most teachers, that's you're running and running and running, and so the weekends come, and it's the time that you can actually spend some of that quality time with your family. For sure.
For sure.
What's on Sunday nights though? You know, like I love Friday night. It's cool. Saturday's awesome.
I prefer Friday nights.
Yeah,
for sure.
Saturday's awesome, but then you wake up on Sunday morning. It's like, oh boy.
Yeah. It's the Sunday scaries.
The clock is ticking.
Yeah.
What do we do on Sunday nights? What do we dread about Sundays?
I kind of like this because a lot of people have the same thing. They dread Monday. Personally, I dread having to go to bed early.
Yeah.
Like I stress about it all day because I love a good Sunday afternoon nap. I'm a kind of a Sunday afternoon nap girl.
Okay.
But then I have to go to bed early, so then it kind of throws me off.
Throws you off. So what's that sleep pattern? What's your sleep number?
I don't have one.
Oh, too bad.
I know.
Someday you could.
I'm hopeful.
Shout out to sleep number.
What else? They dread
setting the alarm.
Setting the alarm. That's a big one. They dread setting an alarm. They dread having to do any schoolwork they've put off until Sunday night.
Yeah.
That could also be me. The Sunday scaries. But I really did like this answer. Someone said, I don't even dread Sunday nights. We spend the evening at coffee club with my family.
Yeah, that's
where
a good
they
one.
all get together, they play cards, they catch up on the week. That's awesome.
I want to go drop in on that.
I don't know whose family that is, but I'm going.
We're going to find out. And whoever wrote that, we'll see you next Sunday.
We'll see you next Sunday. We're looking forward to it.
Yep.
Because I would love to not dread Sunday nights. So that sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Though I think the coffee would really hinder me sleeping on Sunday night.
Yeah, I don't know. Like sometimes
maybe a decaf situation.
Caffeine affects people sometimes. I don't feel like it bothers me a whole lot, but it just depends on how much I drink, I guess. So, you know, the Sunday scaries, that's funny. I don't have the Sunday scaries. I have the first day scaries a lot of times. Like I'll have a dream a week or two before the first day of school of something disastrous happening.
You never have the Sunday scaries?
Not
really.
I
have a shirt that says Sunday scaries.
Really?
Yeah. Shout out to Kathy for getting that for me for Christmas. Love it.
Yeah, I don't really dread Sundays, I guess, other than it's like, okay, the work week's starting again and the fun time's behind us and now we got to get serious and get through the week. And, you know, Wednesday gets here, Thursday's getting a little bit better, and then Friday and Saturday, yeah. And then Sunday.
I got nothing for you right now.
Yeah.
Brad, let's get to my favorite time of the podcast.
What is your favorite time of the podcast?
You know it. The rapid fire round.
Rapid fire. So I throw that in there.
You know who wouldn't love that? Officer Tom Locke.
Officer Locke. He's probably on I heard something.
Yeah, he's probably on alert.
Can we tell the Officer Tom Locke story from this week where he thought he was getting invaded in his house? Did you hear this?
I didn't even know this story.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Officer Locke. Shout out to Officer Locke. I don't know when this was. Monday night in his house. He thought he heard gunshots. Like something went off. So Officer Locke gets up and
on high alert.
High alert, and he's perusing his house, and he finds out that he's got a can of the. I'm not going to remember what it is. It's like you use it to seal cracks and things. Flex Steel, I think it's called.
Flex Steel.
It had just exploded in his laundry room, and it's like going off everywhere. And so then he grabs it and takes it down the hall, and it's still going off everywhere. So he's got Flex Steel spraying all over his walls,
which is supposed to be very tough.
Oh,
right?
It's tough stuff, yeah. And he spent a couple evenings cleaning it off and trying to get it.
I did hear him on the phone the other day with the Flex Seal company trying to figure out what they suggest he do with this.
I'd be calling him saying, "What are you going to do to come
blown
clean my house?"
up bottle of. Came to find out though, it was expired.
Oh, oopsies.
We didn't tell Flex Seal that. Flex Seal, if you're listening. Didn't hear that.
Voided the warranty, huh?
Yeah,
voided
the warranty.
All right, well, let's hit this first question. I'll rapid fire it to you. Favorite after-school snack to power through the work weekday?
Popcorn.
Plain or buttered?
Lightly salted.
Microwaved or fresh?
Prefer fresh, but we'll go with the microwave.
Okay. Nothing wrong with a good movie theater popcorn or like school popcorn machine. We love making popcorn here. Haven't done it in a while. Might need to do that next week.
Okay.
Yep.
We love a good popcorn.
I love popcorn too. For me,
Just an easy snack.
yeah.
Okay, sorry, for you.
No, for me, I would say chocolate. Something chocolate.
You like a good chocolate
I like
snack.
Snickers bar would be a great
Ooh,
one.
another snack that I could really use to get me through the workday. Brad's oatmeal cookies.
Those are so good,
They're
aren't they?
so good. So easy. Shout out.
to Kroger's Oats. It's,
Yeah,
it's a
it's-
recipe on the side of their
man.
oats. They're so good.
Yeah. So
Did
anyway.
I ever make my monster cookie bars for you? Those are really good.
Wouldn't need them.
Why not?
They have chocolate in them.
That's right. I forgot. For those that don't know, Kylie is not a chocoholic like me, so
Nope. Sorry
Yeah.
about it.
they're
All right.
so good.
Best productivity hack for late nights.
You know what my answer is going to be, baby.
Give it to us.
Chat GPT.
Okay.
Sorry, Superintendent Morgan had first introduced me to Chat GPT. I've used it for so many things to improve my productivity. It's a very useful tool. I try not to rely on it often, but
Sometimes it's nice to just give you an idea
Yeah.
or give you an outline, and then you can kind of take it. It kind
Right.
of gets that first part started for you, and then you
absolutely.
can kind of take it.
Or I can put my thoughts into it and say, can you word this better than what I'm trying to
I
do?
will tell you, Brad's very good about taking it and then putting it into his own words.
Yes.
So
yeah.
he uses it just kind of as a guide.
But it's amazing how intelligent the
It
AI
really is.
is.
It's,
Yeah.
AI is.
It's a little scary
it's
almost, but
scary, but it's cool.
I do like having that tool. What about you?
I kind of went a different way. What I like to use at night to help me be productive, I have a nice little cup of tea.
Okay.
It really gets me focused
Earl
in.
Grey?
Not at night.
Oh, what do you have?
Coleman chamomile, obviously.
Oh,
Nothing with caffeine.
camel meal? Like something you feed
Chamomile.
a camel?
Chamomile. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So just a little nice cup of tea
Okay.
gets
Little
me
spot of tea.
a little spot of tea. It gets me really focused
Pinky
in.
out?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Duh.
Okay.
I'm
tea.
not a monster.
I like tea. Not often, but I'll drink a good spot of tea.
One word to describe your after-hour work vibes.
Annoying, if you'd ask my wife, probably. Like,
Shout out to Sherry.
she get all the shout outs today.
Yeah, this is Sherry's
So
episode.
what I go home and say, I'm a big, like, I pick.
We're looking for one word. Pick.
Annoying.
Yeah,
or
annoying.
pick. Like, I like to pick at people. I think that's my dad and me. He was a big picker, and just try to have fun but
Doesn't
sometimes-
always know when you shouldn't.
Exactly.
When you should
Doesn't
and shouldn't do that.
and then reel it back
Yeah.
in. So yeah, I can be annoying because I tell Sherry, like, I've got to be serious all day. I got to, and I really don't anymore in
I
a
was gonna
primary
say,
building.
no, you don't.
But don't, Sherry, don't.
Sherry. So if you're listening to Sherry, I'm lying.
Yeah,
he
delete it.
he has
No.
to be so serious.
But that's why I tell her, like, I have to be serious all day. So when I come home, I just want to cut loose. So I'd say annoying. Annoying.
I can see her being annoyed with you
Oh yeah.
at night.
What's your vibe?
Mine relaxed.
Okay.
I
Chill.
I'm not trying to push myself too hard after school, okay?
Somehow I can see that.
Yeah, I just want to take it easy, walk my dogs.
Take it easy. I like
Yes,
it. I like
so,
it.
relaxed.
Okay.
Oh, I like this question. Most surprising task you've had to do after school?
I told you when we looked at this question earlier today, like, nothing's really coming to my mind. I did pick up a hitchhiker a year or two ago here on my way home. I felt bad. This poor girl was walking in the middle of nowhere on this county road, and I don't know.
I'm glad you're still alive.
I know, right? I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
She's in my car. Now how do I get her out? And
I think Sherry would have found that pretty annoying.
yeah.
If you,
I
did
dropped
you tell her?
Dropped
Did
her
you
at the,
tell Sherry?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm like, you're never going to believe. She, what did you do? I'm like, yeah, I picked up this hitchhiker, and I dropped her at Dairy Queen and said, here you go. I got you this far. I got a meeting I got to get to.
I gotta get
skedaddle. I
going.
got to skedaddle. But what about you? Most surprising task
Okay,
you've had
this
to do?
just actually happened to me the other day. I was getting ready to sit down, do a little schoolwork,
Getting that relaxed vibe on.
get my tea, had it prepped, didn't have it made, and then a friend has a new puppy. Shout out to Bo. His name's
boy.
Bo. Bo Beans. That's what we
Bo
call him. Bo
Beans.
Beans.
And he ate some beans?
He ate some beans, maybe.
Uh-oh.
He had a little bit of a poop situation.
Oh, no.
And
Poor
by a
Bo.
little bit, I mean all over the cage,
Oh.
all over the floor as she pulled him out from the cage, all over the steps from the third floor apartment
Oh,
downstairs
gosh.
to go outside, and then right on back up the stairs, I believe.
Bo knows.
It was Bo. Bo got a little worked up from the bath.
Aw.
And so Bo needed another bath then.
So you got on cleanup
Yeah,
detail?
so got Bo. We took him to...
How'd that go for you? Because...
I wore rubber gloves.
And a rubber hazmat suit, I'm going to guess.
I threw everything in I smelled poop for a day.
And dog dew is the worst.
We took him to the pet store, cleaned him right off.
Oh, I bet they loved that.
Brought him, started taking him back. He pooped again. He gets really stressed in the middle of the road.
I can relate.
On the way to the
Bo.
car, in the middle of the road, just pooped again. It's really stressed about
when I get stressed
about the bathing situation. Wow. Anyway, ended up doing good. Got everything cleaned up. He was clean.
Oh, Bo. Poor Bo.
Bo Beans. Shout out.
Bo Beans.
Shout out to Bo Beans.
Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. I wish we had more rapid fire questions. I think we're going to do an episode on
I love rapid fire questions.
Random rapid fire
we have one more.
questions.
We do
have one more. One piece of advice for new educators about after hours work.
This is mine because it has taken me a very long time to find this, but to find a balance between doing schoolwork and shutting everything off and doing your stuff at home, because I was notorious for sitting on the couch, working all night, going back to school in the evenings, doing stuff. And now I've learned, I also live farther away from my school, which is helpful, but I've learned that you have to get as much done as you can, and you have to give yourself time for yourself, because if you don't, it's just going to get way too overwhelming.
Yeah, I admire the people that can turn it off at 3:15 and just walk out of here and not have to do anything until they come back in. I can't do that.
No, I can't either. We're always texting about something, emailing about something, joking about something at school. I mean, we can't just do that. No. And obviously, we still do things at home for school, but got to find that balance at least a little bit.
I'm manic about email. Like, I don't like to have a whole bunch of emails that are unread or unopened, so I'm always checking email.
You would not like to see my phone then.
Oh, no. It'd drive me nuts, probably.
Yeah.
Now, good. I have a ton of emails in my phone. Like, I don't delete things either. So I'm like, I might need that email someday. So it's there. I don't clean out my mailbox, but I don't want stuff unopened.
Okay.
So, but I would say the same thing. I think trying to find that balance of, I was like you, new teacher, lived 5 minutes from my school building. So it was nothing to run over. Like, I'll go work in my room for a few minutes. And
So yes, this episode was goofy. Yes, this episode was just kind of us rambling and talking. But the biggest takeaway is there's got to be a balance outside of school. There is other things that we do outside of school, and it's okay to do those things.
It is okay.
It's more than okay to prioritize family, yourself, those kind of things. School will be here. You'll still get everything done. Everything will work out. So
absolutely.
I hope that's one takeaway you could take away from this episode.
Exactly. It's Friday.
It is Friday.
All right, let's cue up some music.
No, let's. No? Well, no, we can, but let's talk about our next episode. I'm actually really excited for next week.
What is our next episode, and what's the topic? I don't think we have a catchy title yet.
We don't have a catchy title, but we do have a catchy guest.
We do.
So, Amy Young, our transportation director for Central Noble Primary, transportation director, will be on the pod next week. Yep. And she is a hoot, folks.
It'll be fun.
It will be. If you think we're funny, it's going to be amazing because she's actually funny. So
she's funny.
She's good. And she's very knowledgeable. She's been a transportation director before in her past life. She's one now. She does a great job for our corporation.
Drives bus for us too when we need her to. So she'll have some great stories about transportation and yellow cheese wagons and
kind of what goes into all of that.
Exactly.
Because there's a lot more than people think.
That's right. So we'll catch up with Amy next week. Thanks for tuning in again to another episode of Interventions and Detentions. I'm Brad.
I'm Kylie, and class dismissed.